Unfortunately, it's really normal in our society to just completely ignore the body. No matter what signal it sends us or what it's trying to say, we have a tendency to push it down. But if you can develop a better connection to your body, you can prevent a lot of problems in the long run. So in today's video, I want to share with you 3 different ways that your body communicates with you that you may not be used to listening to, and how you can use that information to help prevent bigger problems later down the line. And say, hi, I'm Catherine. I'm the founder and principal therapist of Leighton Sports Massage, a sport and remedial massage therapy clinic in London, and the creator of the Creighton Structural Massage Approach. In this channel, I share simple self-care tips and information about how the body works so that you can take better care of yourself and enjoy your favorite activities and you live your life as pain-free as possible. Now, you might be thinking, I always listen to my body. My body just isn't very talkative. Actually, the problem is, or where a lot of us fall into an issue, is that our body doesn't have words. And I know that probably sounds obvious, but if you think about it, our physical self is expressed mostly through our right brain. So it can't verbalize to us what's going on. It talks a lot in sensations and sometimes in imagery. And so when our body is talking to us, it's feelings that we're getting. And that's what I want to share with you today. Some examples of people ignoring their body, which will probably really sound familiar to you because you may have even said these yourself. Like, for example, have you ever had an ache in your calf when you run, but because it goes away after the first 5 minutes of running, you think, oh, it's not a big deal? Or do you wake up in the morning with a sore neck sometimes, but as the day goes on, it goes away, so you don't really think about it too much? You're just getting older, right? It's just part of life. It doesn't have to be, though. After working with the body for more than 10 years, I really believe that our bodies want to be pain-free and have really great movement. I think that's kind of their ideal. So when our body tells us that there's something wrong, it's because it wants us to address it. And the thing that will happen is that we'll ignore it, and slowly over time, more and more tension will build up until one day we bend over and throw our back out for apparently no reason. Or we're running and we're doing a distance we've always done, but somehow we tweak our hamstring and are injured for a couple of weeks. Or we wake up and we can't turn our head and we have a neck spasm so bad that we have to call out of work. And the people I see who have this, because these are the people I see, when I actually go through their history, they've had signals from their body for ages. But after a little while, their body kind of stopped complaining so loudly because their body got the hint. It doesn't matter if this is a problem, we're going to keep going. And I want to be clear, I'm not trying to shame anybody. This is just how we're conditioned. My pain isn't as bad as somebody else. It's not that big of a deal. It's going to go away. I don't want to make a fuss. No pain, no gain, right? We're taught to ignore our pain or push through it like it's normal to live with some sort of discomfort. Honestly, I would really love to just get rid of that concept altogether. But let's talk about how your body talks to you. Now, I'm hoping that by sharing this video with you, you can go away and start to build a better connection with your body, because I cannot tell you how much better results I get with clients who have a good connection to their body. Like, it is exponentially better when people can tune into what they're feeling and tell me what's going on than people who just go, I don't know. I have no idea. I can't feel anything. And it's something that I do work with clients with. So sometimes people come in with no connection to their body, and over time it gets better, and they do end up being like one of those people. But the sooner you can get there, the better. So the first way that is most common is you get niggles that come and go. So the thing is, we can often carry imbalances or problems that are not a big deal. Like, they're really small imbalances. They're just a bit of restriction. If left unchecked, over time, they can build up and become a problem. So our body just checks in to say, hey, this is an issue. hey, can you look at this, please? It is hilarious that I have so many clients who are on a monthly schedule with me just for maintenance, just to make sure everything is, not getting too tight in between sessions. And they'll be like, I was totally fine all month, but then weirdly this morning I had this niggle, or yesterday I started feeling this. And it's like the body knows that they have an appointment and their body's like, can you have her look at these things, please? So if you wake up and your neck is sore, your body's saying that you have some neck tension. And yes, you can go around your day and warm up out of it and it's fine. But over time, that tension will build up and it could eventually lead to having a crick in your neck so bad that you can't go into work. Or the pain in your calf or your knee that feels a little bit weird, but you warm up out of it. Over time, eventually, it will stop going away. And most people, thankfully, will come to me when it doesn't go away anymore during their run. But some people will even run through it and then end up with an injury. Now, I don't want you to drop everything when you have a niggle. That's not the point. The point is your body says, hey, can we check on this, please? And then you have a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. You have time to go and find someone. Hopefully you have someone that you can go see who can check out what's going on, sort it out for you. You will feel lighter. You will feel stronger because tight muscles actually take away strength for some reason. Well, I know the reason, but we won't go into it now. And then you end up with better performance and you feel better because it's very exhausting for your body to carry around all of this tension, right? So when you get a little niggle or a little ache that comes and goes, that's your body's way of saying there's something going on here. It's not super urgent. You don't have to stop everything, but please get it checked out as soon as you can. And take it just like that. Go, okay, noted, thank you, body. And then make a plan to go within the next month or so to see somebody who can sort it out. One time in the last couple of years, I've had a client who came in the first niggle. She barely needed one session to get back into balance. It was amazing because I don't see that very often, people coming in the first time they feel a niggle. So it's often a lot less expensive because if you get it looked at in the first instance, it often only needs one session. But by the time it's been coming and going and coming and going for 2, 3, 5 years, often it needs a lot more than that. So the second one, this is a little bit more subtle. Feeling like something isn't right. So an example of this might be somebody saying, I kind of feel like my knee is going to collapse in when I run. They don't have any pain, they don't have any discomfort, but it just doesn't feel right, like when they go up or downstairs, or feeling like a weakness. So again, with the knee, I had a client who she just didn't trust herself to go downstairs without holding onto the handrail. She felt like her knee was going to collapse. Her knee never had collapsed before. It wasn't a painful thing. It was just she didn't feel stable on it. I've had other clients who, when they do a rotation, it feels wrong. It feels unsafe. Their body stops them. No, I don't want to do that. I had one really interesting client who was training for a marathon, and she didn't have a lot of aches or pains when she came to see me. It was just for an MOT. But after a couple of sessions where we started sorting some things out, she told me she was actually looking forward to her runs. And before, she had to drag her body out on her training runs, and now her body was really happy to go. And what I took from that is we've realigned some things that were out of balance, and now her body feels safe running and enjoys it. Whereas before, because something was out of alignment, it didn't feel good for her, so she was getting this resistance from her body. So if you do a movement and that movement kind of doesn't feel safe, or you walk and your legs don't feel quite stable, or just something feels off, don't just dismiss it as just something in your head. That could be a sign from your body that there's something out of balance, that it's worried about how it's moving, and you can get it checked out. Now, the third one, it's kind of a combination. It's like a feeling of pressure or tension or heaviness or tiredness. So if you notice that you have a pressure in an area that's not necessarily a pain, or that when you move, it feels like it's hard work or heavy or like a stretch, but it's not painful, that's another sign of your body saying, there's something going on here I'd like you to check out, please. And it might not be painful because it might not be like the right kind of tension to create pain. But I can tell you that when we have tight muscles in our body, it's kind of like walking around with a ton of really high strength resistance bands. So one of the most common things I see when I work on people's shoulders is we have them do this movement, right? Arms over the head like this. And they go, yeah, I'm fine. I have no pain, no problem. And then we release some of the muscles that when they're tight would pull down the arms and make it harder to lift the arms. And then people get up and we retest and they're like, oh, my arms feel so much lighter. And it's the same reason I think that people get up from a massage with us and they feel like they've lost a stone, because we've taken away that heavy muscle tension that's making them feel heavier or more fatigued. So I know this one is a little bit more amorphous and a little bit harder to connect to, but I think as you start to navigate the different feelings you get from your body, you'll get a better sense of what it is that's going on. And there are definitely other ways. Like sometimes you just get a knowing. Sometimes I can ask somebody, I love doing this in a session, when I say, what does your body want us to do? And then they just get this snap knowing, like, oh, my body wants us to work on my knee. They have no idea where it came from, but they just connect to themselves and they just get this feeling of what they want done. And if you could get to that point, I think it would be so awesome, because just imagine knowing what your body wants you to do with it, to help it, to make it feel better, because you're so connected to yourself. Now, I've told you 3 different ways that your body talks to you, and honestly, there are probably a ton more that I'm forgetting, but these are the most common ones that I see. Now, how do you use this awareness to your advantage? So as I said in the niggles bit, one of the easiest way to use this to your advantage is to just take the opportunity to take care of things at your own convenience instead of your body forcing you to. There's a saying that I love, that's the universe makes you listen with a feather or a sledgehammer, and it's your choice. And I think that's true about the body as well. The body will talk to you with a feather first, and if you don't listen, they will go to a sledgehammer. And I really don't want you to be in a situation where you get a bad injury from running or playing your favorite sport, or missing out on an important deadline at work because all of a sudden your back seizes up. And obviously, there are many different reasons why these things can happen. It's not always muscular. But where it is muscular, it's been building up over time, and it's avoidable if you have a connection to your body. So take these 3 descriptions of how your body talks to you and start to notice throughout your day how you feel. If you want, we have a symptom tracker notebook that you can buy. I've included the link in the description. It's a little notebook. You can just write down your symptoms in each day. I mean, really, it's a blank notebook. You can use it for yourself. Ours just has a cute design on it. Well, I think it's cute anyway. And you can just every day write down what your body's telling you and start to see the patterns. And you might even find your body is connecting to you about your gut instinct about things and your intuition. So it's not just going to be telling you stuff about your own body. So you can improve your connection to your body and reduce the amount of severe muscle events that you have. And it means that you're able to decide when you take care of yourself, because you can get it taken care of before it's a really big deal. Now, one of the best ways to connect to your body is to do a body scan every day. And I do have a video about how to do a simple body scan. And we have a visualization that you can use to help you do a body scan. So I'm going to put links to both of those in the bottom, along with our notebooks for symptom tracking. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know. I would love to hear how you go if you start listening to your body, what you find out. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to our page and share it with anybody you know who you think might benefit from having an improvement in their connection to their body. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.